just arrested. He just, hey dad, just met me, and then he broke a thing of mine, and just chilling. No, and just wasn't paying attention and made a stupid mistake where that totally flipped the balance. There's no way coming back, so I was just like, I'm done. Fuck it. I'm done with this app for good. I don't need the extra stress. I got enough stress in my life. I don't need to stress about a fucking chess match.
You got enough stress from Buddy. Welcome to 15 Minutes in Hell with a 30-minute lunch special.
So no roommate. What about a girlfriend?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Was he with anyone last night?
I don't know. I watched the door.
To have security cameras ready.
So,
Surveillance camera. At the front entrance.
they added
Need that footage.
Fables on Kindle.
Where did he see that?
Really?
So, like, and Jeff has Kindle and stuff, doesn't he?
He definitely
I don't know.
He does. That's one thing he needs to read it.
I'll ask him tomorrow. Fables needs adaptation, like either a movie or a TV. Probably better TV. But then you get in the whole like, well, they already had Grimm, and so people are just going to go, well, it's just Grimm. I'm like, no, Fables came out first. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And Fables is leaps and bounds better than fucking Grimm.
And also with it, like, there's a little bit more, there's a lot better story to it. And that's the thing, because, like, the very first volume we got was a murder mystery.
Yeah, who was it that got murdered?
It was Red and Jack. Like, they pretend that Red got murdered, and Jack was, like, you know, like, everybody was thinking Jack was the killer. Like Jack the Giant Killer, you know?
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for old Bigby,
Best detective, best fictional detective, just period, in my opinion.
you can bear the Sherlock.
Yes. Bigby can smell you and know that you're lying, and know where you've been, and who you've been with.
You know what? That'd be kind of cool to see. Bigby meets Sherlock. It's like we get like, because like Fables is part of the DC universe. It's in its own world. I would love to see a DC crossover.
No. DC needs to stay over in its whole fucked up crisis, post-crisis, pre-crisis mess.
I'm not talking like with Superman and all that. I'm talking like, you know, with the lesser knowns. Like, you know, like Preacher, like Swamp Thing, and, you know, the characters that actually matter. The fun characters like Animal Man and...
DC just needs to, I don't know. DC here is just not coherent.
They were trying to do, like you said before, like in Nightmare Lot. They were trying.
It's like not even like the DCEU, which is beyond saving. I don't know, just regular DC comics. It's like they constantly, like they did Crisis on Infinite Earths or Infinity Earths back in the 80s to reset everything, to make sense of stuff, and I'm like, it was great. But they just kept doing the same shit they'd been doing and got it all fucked up again. And so they did Infinite Crisis and was like, okay, this is really good. Can we fix the shit for good now? And then they're like, no, let's just keep doing the same shit. And then
Final
we need to
Crisis.
fix it with Final Crisis, which made zero sense.
Did you know they use that in college to try to decipher that? That's like Final Crisis, like the comic book class. A friend of mine that was actually taking, and a friend of mine actually was teaching it.
Who, Kenny?
No, not Kenny. Another guy I played Magic with. I played with a lot of professors and stuff like that.
But, and then they just got to the point that was just like any big crossover crisis, it's called Crisis. That ain't any crisis.
Well, you had Forever Evil, Blackest Night, which was
I'm
famous.
surprised it wasn't called Night Crisis.
Then there's Bat Metal. Have you read Bat Metal yet? Fantastic. But you know what the best Crisis was? Identity Crisis.
That was fantastic. That was it.
I had to bring that one up. They did.
So sad.
It is. They actually brought it up in like the last Death Battle. They did Ant-Man versus the Atom. Ant-Man won.
How?
Ants
Whoop-de-doo.
ripped them apart. Kind of like, shove the onion up the butthole and like kind of that stuff. Did that whole spiel. But
Well, speaking of Ant-Man, you've seen Quantumania, yeah?
not yet. I've been meaning to, but I haven't got around to it. I know it's on Disney Plus now. I know you say like it's perfect.
I highly recommend it, yeah. It's a Jack Kirby comic book come to life. In every like sense of the word.
I've been really wanting to watch the new Guardians.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I watched just to finish out the trilogy, I guess, but
I've heard good things.
Adam Warlock is a waste. Because it's like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 happened, and then like, at the end credit scene for that when she's like, I'll call him Adam, she's making, I'm like,
And we're thinking we were,
should make Adam Warlock. Because he's an integral part of,
Thanos.
yeah, the whole Infinity War. And I'm like,
It was a waste.
and then it just shows up here to just, I don't know, get revenge on the Guardians because they were mean to her. Who fucking cares? But I noticed something in Quantumania because they go to the Quantum Realm. So it's subatomic.
Mm-hmm.
And Ant-Man and his group meet like the denizens of
Mm-hmm.
the Quantum Realm. Well, among the weird creatures you see these 6 people whose heads are glowing stones, and they're each a color. Okay.
And the only reason I showed the commissioner
Go back to the beginning of Endgame, when they found Thanos after he's using the gauntlet. His arms all messed up, and they said, what happened to the stones? He's like, I destroyed them. Use the stones to destroy the stones. They're just nothing but atoms. They fucking put the Infinity Stones as people in the Quantum Realm.
That's kind of cool. That's cool. Very odd, but cool.
Bill Murray's in it, so
Yeah, so it's always good to. Bill Murray needs legit just an actual theme, like a theme song whenever he shows up.
yeah, it's him going dun 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 dun.
Hey, I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture. Okay, so I know you're not the biggest fan of Teen Titans Go,
Yeah.
but for me, I love Teen Titans Go. It's not the original Teen Titans. It isn't far from it. But it is just fun, stupid fun. Like, Raven. Let's say everybody's an amazing character, except for Robin. I despise Robin.
Really?
Yeah.
In the comic book, I don't hate Teen Titans at all, or Titans. Is Raven and Beast Boy together? They are, aren't they?
On and off.
She must be into like bestiality for sure.
Well, to be fair, she's a demon, so part demon.
But you
Yeah.
like, that's his thing, then maybe they'll break up and then she's just like jonesing for like horse dick.
Well, that's,
She's like
I've,
calls him up.
I got comics of that, so
Of course you do, Cottle.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
yeah. Yeah, the one of them is just like, can you turn into the horse this time? Yeah. But so, what they ended up doing with Teen Titans Go, they ended up doing kind of a Mystery Theater 3000 with Space Jam.
The new one?
No, the original. It's called like Teen Titans Go, watch Space Jam. It's on Max, and it's just them like doing like Mystery Theater 3000 with Space Jam.
Do not speak ill of the original Space Jam.
I love this original Space Jam. I went and saw it for the 20th anniversary in theaters. That was the first movie I've ever took Kyler to go see. When she was a baby, and she watched it.
The sequel. It's broken on so many levels.
It is terrible, but the cameos and stuff are pretty good. Like it's fun watching just for the cameos and stuff.
There's so many things that they should have done in that movie. One, Bill Murray should have been it somewhere. I don't care where, somewhere.
You should have.
Michael Jordan should have had a cameo. Actually, Michael Jordan, not Michael B. Jordan.
You gotta admit that was kind of
funny.
That was...
But that's what they should have done. Is like do that and then real Michael Jordan shows up. But I thought it would have been fun.
The Monstars actually show up.
Yes.
They show up in there.
No, the Nerd Lux.
I know, yeah.
I want the Monstars to show up.
They would have showed up and said, okay, then these guys are losing.
They
Let's
help
do
out
an
the
old
Looney Tunes.
school and stuff.
Yeah.
I would have loved that. You just hear like the old song. Get 'em high, and 'em high, and 'em high, and 'em high, and you hit 'em low, and 'em low. You know what sucks? They don't play the Space Jam songs at basketball games anymore. I don't hear them a lot anymore. I hear them at the kids' ones, and that's about it. Like when I went to back when I was the mascot in high school and stuff. Like I went to the basketball games and stuff, and like to do it. Not one fucking Space Jam song I heard. It was always like rap and all that stuff. I'm just like, what is this? Where am I?
Is this what this country's come to?
You guys got your head together on that drug stuff.
Like also with Space Jam,
Did you see the
there was points to where like where where the Looney Tunes go into other franchises and stuff like that. I thought those were fucking hilarious. Like I
That
loved it.
movie felt like Warner Brothers just desperately going like, look at all the cool things we have. Come watch us.
I agree with you on that one, but some of them were very well placed. One of my favorite ones, this was the Austin Powers one with Mini-Me. And it's Elmer Fudd, and then immediately just like Sylvester is Mr. Bigglesworth. He's like, Sylvester, is that you? What are you doing here?
I'm not sure. I'll even have time to do something like this for a couple of weeks. So you're saying
And the funny thing is, the only person who hadn't go to,
set this in motion?
who hasn't left, like, you know, to find a franchise with Marvin the Martian, where his only thing was just Mars.
Is there something you need to tell me?
See what they should have done? There's all those little
It's fine.
bits of like the Looney Tunes going into the other franchises. Use those as shorts heading into the movie. Just as fun little shorts.
You know what that that kind of reminds me of? Now, you remember Cats Don't Dance, right?
Yes.
Yes. Now, remember how at the end of Cats Don't Dance, where they just start doing, like, you know, showing all, like, these old movies and stuff with movie posters, but it was with the cast of the movie?
Yeah.
You see, like, Batman, like, old... It reminds me of that.
You might tell us what happened.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been something good to kind of see, like, you know, the beginning of it. See, like, the Looney Tunes first, and then it goes to LeBron.
No LeBron. No LeBron. Fuck LeBron.
He was not.
Pick any other basketball star out there. I don't care. No LeBron. Fuck LeBron. Hate
You
LeBron.
know who I think would have been fun for it? Shaq.
Huh?
That's saying, like, for me, I'm not a big basketball fan. Like, I'm not the best at playing, and I'm like, I'll watch it. Like, if I'm like watching it live or something, like, I'll enjoy it. But I'm not.
I haven't cared about basketball since the early 2000s.
Well, then maybe you wouldn't mind coming down to
Oh, where Michael was playing, or
suspect.
Well, I mean, he retired in 90.
it was around 98, wasn't it? 98, 99? Because Space Jam came out in 99.
No.
Was it 99?
96.
96.
You said you didn't do anything, remember?
Because he did Space Jam right before